Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be welcoming Allan Trautman. He is the Tarman in The Return of the Living Dead, celebrating its 35th anniversary. He's also a puppeteer. He's done work for such children's entertainment stuff such as Dinosaurs, Muppets Tonight. He's also done puppetry for Men in Black, and he also did Mr. Floppy on Unhappily Ever After. I'm having him on the show today to talk about all that stuff and promote his upcoming appearance at Days of the Dead in Las Vegas, March 20th through the 22nd. That is in case the coronavirus prohibits it from happening, which I don't believe it will, but you never can tell at this day and age. And I can't wait. I met Allan last year at Monsterpalooza. He was a great guy, and I'm so honored to have him on today. So, here is my interview with Allan Trautman. Hey, Allan.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
I am great, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Just enjoying the day here in cloudy Southern California.
Yeah, we got partly sunny and partly cloudy today over here in Redding.
Ah, okay. I like it up there.
It's all right. It's such a wonderful honor. Thank you for taking the time today.
Oh, no worries. I'm happy to talk with you.
Awesome. So, going back in time, I was reading that before you got into puppetry, you were on the trajectory of becoming an actor.
That is true. I studied drama in undergraduate school. I went to Cal Arts to get my master's in acting. But even before I graduated from undergraduate school, I was starting to work on TV as a puppeteer. So both careers sort of were on a parallel track there for a while, which is when I did Return of the Living Dead. But once the 90s came around, the puppetry really took off, and not much time for on-camera acting. Although I'm getting a little bit back into it now.
Mm-hmm. At what age, though, did you say I want to be an actor?
Oh, Lord. I think I was probably 14 or 15. Although, that's when I first felt like, I saw a play and I was like, oh, man, that's what I want to do. Although, when I went to college, I was thinking of physics as my field.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple of years into college, I was like, I don't know if I want to be just working in a lab quietly for the rest of my life. I'd rather be on stage. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah. So did you start doing school plays and community theater and all that?
Yeah, I did theater all through high school. I was one of those total theater nerds. Didn't do much of anything else. I just did as much as I could. First year of college, I didn't do any. I was just sort of concentrating on theater, but then I sort of got the itch, and I started getting back into it slowly, auditioning for plays, and after a year of that, I was like, boy, I think this is it.
Yeah. Did you do any puppetry when you were a kid?
No, not really. I remember doing like one puppet show for my friends in the garage. I can't remember much about it. I was really young, but it was more about the play acting than about the puppets. I have a lot of friends puppeteer friends, who started out at an early age building puppets. They would have ideas, they would create puppets that they've seen elsewhere, and that's just not something that ever caught my interest. I was always more interested in the actual performance, which is why I was, going into acting. And then I just sort of found puppetry almost by accident, and glad I did.
Yeah, it's an ironic twist of fate there. You're originally from New York?
Yeah, Brooklyn. She said Bay.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
When you were oh, go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just saying I grew up there. I lived there till I was 13 when my family moved to Miami Beach.
Oh, okay. Nice. So you've always been bi-coastal.
Yeah. I love going back to New York. I love visiting. It's such a great place. I always feel at home when I'm back there. You spend the first 13 years of your life in the city there. It never really leaves you.
Yeah, I still haven't been there yet, but it's on the list someday.
Oh, you should go. It's great.
Yeah. So you studied acting at Washington University in St. Louis and then Cal Arts. Was there any classmates you had that went on to become famous?
Oh, wow. Not really. I mean, there's a lot of other people who went to Cal Arts before or after me who became famous. There was Ed Harris and Paul Rubens.
Right.
Andy Garcia went to my high school, for goodness sake, in Miami.
Really?
He went to Beach High. But I think he was just after me also. There's a number of people who from Cal Arts who continue to work in the as actors or as in other capacities in the entertainment industry. I just ran into one of them at an audition, of all things, for a guest spot on a TV series. I was looking at him. I was at the audition, and I said, "Oh, that guy looks familiar." And every actor has this problem where they go to auditions and they see somebody and they can't tell if they know them or if they've just seen them on TV.
Yeah.
And so I saw him and I go, "Oh, it's that guy. I've seen him a million times." And then he comes up to me and he says, "Hey, Al," and then he gives me his name. It's from Cal Arts. I said, "Oh my God, of course I completely forgot that I knew you."
Yeah. That happens with everybody, they forget that they know somebody from school.
Yeah.
It certainly used to happen to me an awful lot. I I noticed you have a very impressive list of theater credits, particularly in Shakespeare, Hamlet, Twelfth Night, King Lear, and also other plays like Neil Simon's Brighton Beach Memoirs. Was that mostly off-Broadway stuff?
Yeah, most of the Shakespeare was at the Colorado Shakespeare Festival, where I went during or after my last couple of years of school. I think I went there, it was like 77, 78, 79-ish, thereabouts. That was a great experience. We did 3 plays in, was it in Rep? Or did they open one and then the other and the other? I can't remember. I think it was 1, 2, 3. In any event, it's just a wonderful experience for a young actor to do something like that. I had a variety of directors who really helped to sort of give me a good exposure to the various kinds of approaches to Shakespeare. So that was a great experience. And then I did it. And then once I graduated and I was living in Los Angeles, I was doing as much what they called back then equity waiver theater as I could, which is basically small, ultra small professional theater. It's 99 seats or smaller.
Yeah.
Equity allows professional equity members to participate in them for very, very low rates. And it's just the sort of workhorse for every actor in Los Angeles who is just trying to keep busy and keep applying their craft and eventually, hopefully, to get seen by somebody. I was lucky I earned my equity card doing, I was invited out to do an equity production by the director who I had met at the Colorado Shakespeare Festival. So, one thing leads to another, and work breeds work. The more you work, the more people you know, the more likely you are to be asked to do something, do the next thing, and then the next thing. And before you know it, you've got a career.
Yeah. I have found that actors who are not known for doing anything that has to do with art are very highly trained in Shakespeare theater.
Well, it's really great training. It's sort of an all-around great training. It's physical, it's emotional, you learn how to work with language and trust language and act through the language and not just toss it off. Theater is all about words and physicality on stage, and Shakespeare sort of embodies all of that. It's really wonderful.
Do you still do theater once in a while?
When was the last time I did? Well, the majority of live performance I've done recently is with Puppet Up, which is the Henson Company's puppet improv show.
Right.
And that's a tremendous amount of fun doing that. I love doing that. Last play I did was a number of years ago now. I did a production of Equus, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That was a college production, locally, a community college production here. It was quite a good production, actually. Got a lot of good professional actors in it, a lot of ringers, actually. But I always enjoy doing it. It's a little dangerous sometimes because I have to make sure I don't get called away to do some paying work, which, theater always suffers in LA because of that. Actors are always out of it. Out because they get work on camera, and it just pays so much better. They have to take it when it comes along.
Yeah. So how does the letter people come into your life?
That was when I was in college at WashU. I had just decided to add drama to my majors, to add drama as well as physics as a double major. And I thought I should take a look and see if there were any companies auditioning, if there were any auditions for actors in town. There was a call board up on the theater office. And so I went upstairs to take a look at that on the first day, and sure enough, there was this audition for this show called The Letter People. And they were willing to train puppeteers. This must have been like 1973. Sesame Street was only on the air for a couple of years at this point.
Yeah.
And that mode of I think the Muppet Show hadn't debuted debuted yet. And so that Henson style of puppetry was just becoming popular. And so it was all new, and this production was willing to, because of that, there weren't a lot of puppeteers who were trained in this technique. And so they were willing to take people who were good actors and could do voices and train them as puppeteers. And that's what I did. I went in, did half a dozen different voices. They said, great, stay there. And they went in and they stuck a puppet on my hand. And I think, with the exception of when I put on that show in the garage when I was 6 or whatever, that was like the first time I had a puppet on my hand in my life. But I got the job, and we shot, while I was going to college, I skipped classes every Friday. We shot on Fridays. And it was great. I think I got like $100 an episode or something. But, 1973, as a college student, it was like, wow, this is fantastic. I was like, just, I couldn't believe it, how lucky I was. I really enjoyed it, and I had a great time doing it. I learned a lot, that's for sure.
And you didn't know that you were going to be making a living at it later.
Not at all, no. It helped me, it got me through college. I was able to work my way through college that way, and it was, I was, again, very lucky to have to, it just so happened that they were holding these auditions at the time I decided to run upstairs the very first time and look for an audition. It's just the luck of it stuns me to this day.
So how does the Return of the Living Dead come into your life?
So that was around '84. So I was out of college then, and I was doing as much theater as I could, and I had an agent who would be sending me out on auditions, and I got sent out to see Stanzi Stokes, the casting director for Return of the Living Dead, and it was an unusual kind of audition because the only dialogue was brains, but they were looking for the movement, and they were looking for some kind of they wanted the zombies not to be stupid. This zombie in particular, the Tarman, was clever because he used this winch. He put together this whole mechanical thing to try and open a door to get the girl out. And so they wanted to see that thought process, as well as to see what kind of physicality I could bring to this creature whose, limbs are about to fall off, essentially. And so I just did this crazy shuffling kind of walk, and then I got called back to work with the director, and that was it. It was basically an audition like every other actor. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Were you reluctant to take the role because you were going to be in that costume?
Oh, God, no. I was happy. I was like, I think it was the first real kind of role in a movie that I had, which I think was probably the case for a lot of the actors, a lot of the young actors in the film. But I was like, throw me in a suit, sure, or whatever. I was, as a puppeteer, I had already developed a sense of how objects can be made to communicate. Puppets are just, inanimate objects. And the suit, I recognized at that point that the suit was basically just like a big puppet. And so I kind of relished the challenge. It was not a pleasant experience being in the suit. it in the mirror. It was, I felt I could make it an effective experience. And so that's what I concentrated on. And, but I was just thrilled to be working as an actor.
Yeah, wasn't it made of methacell or something?
Yeah, it was some kind of foam latex, poured foam sheets. Each of those little drips was like a separate little sheet that was layered on, sort of like roof shingles.
Mm-hmm.
And they were assembled on a top piece, a separate bottom piece that I could just sort of put on all at once. And so it was pretty easy. I didn't have to, and then because the mask was like a basically a helmet, like a diving helmet that I would just put over my whole head. I didn't have any prosthetics to apply to my skin directly. So it wasn't one of those outfits where I needed to go in at 5 in the morning and spend 4 hours in a makeup chair. So that's nice. I always thought that was a kind of a bonus that I could just go in and put this thing on. Of course, they put it on way too early anyway each day, and they just had to sit around, stupid me with the head on. I should have insisted that we wait until we're actually ready to shoot my scenes, so I'm not just sitting around like an idiot.
Yeah.
But what did I know? I didn't know anything back then.
Yeah.
I've known then, but I know now I would have given them a much better workflow for that. That worked for everybody.
Did you do the voice who said brains?
I think I did on set, but in the in post they put a different voice in. The problem was it was more important visually to make the mouth work and to open up wide when he's talking.
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially I'm puppeteering the mouth with my jaw. But because it has to open, pretty far to make it look like he's talking, it just makes me sound goofy when I'm actually trying to say the words at the same time and open your mouth really wide, So it wasn't very scary. But we all recognize that what's most important is the visuals on the set and in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So no. I would say them all, but it just sounded kind of goofy.
Now there's a mythic aura surrounding the movie, and there's a lot of talk, about Dan O'Bannon and everybody not getting along. But what was your experience with Dan O'Bannon?
My experience was great. It was very quick. I only worked a few actual days to shoot those scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And aside from just waiting around forever with the head on, nuts, where they kept pushing back my shooting, they were having trouble, having any kind of predictable schedule, evidently. So, to the extent that the director was at fault for that, that's a bit of a negative. But once we got on set, it was all. I remember it all being very efficient. He said, he told me where to go, rolled the cameras, and it was great. We moved on. So there wasn't a lot of drama on the set for me.
Mm-hmm. Was it really hot there in the summertime?
It was, was it the summertime? I'm trying to remember.
I looked it up. It was July, August of '84.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. It was, I don't know. I mean, inside the theater, inside I guess we were in an old warehouse of some kind, or factory, or some large existing building that they turned into a studio. It must have been a condition. I didn't remember being uncomfortable in one way or another that way.
Hmm. How was making the second one?
Oh, I worked exactly one night on the second one. It's funny, I just saw a clip from that the other day, and I was like, my reaction was, oh, God, I look terrible in that. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't do the same walk or anything. It was bizarre. In any event, it was actually shot in a housing development that's not too far from my house now, up in Santa Clarita. It
Hmm.
was on, it was in, what was it called? Circle J Ranch, which was all under construction at the time. So I did, although at the time I wasn't living here, so I still had to drive up. And yeah, it was a kind of an interesting experience because they they had to push me into this water, and I was basically doing my own stunt.
Hmm.
And they had a diver in the water, which made me feel good, I suppose. But they said to me, well, the suits are all foam. So when you hit the water, one of two things will happen. Either the foam will absorb all the water and you'll sink like a stone, or you'll float like a cork. Either way, it's probably not good, but because we want you to just go under and then be able to get back up again when we yell cut. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know quite what to make of that information, but as it turns out, it didn't really affect me one way or another. I fell in the water, and I stayed under as long as I could, just for a couple of seconds, and it basically just came right back up, and that was it. And did one take, and they sent me home.
Yeah, the director Ken Wiederhort, I think he's a misunderstood genius. He did this great zombie movie in the late '70s called Shockwaves, which more people need to know about. It's a brilliant,
Really?
brilliant movie. Yeah, it's about
That's
Nazis.
why he got the job for this movie?
Yeah, it's about Nazi zombies who come out of the water and attack these people that are on a boat and stuff. It's really, really original. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's PG too. It's a fun. That's the funny part about it.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. How was working on Dinosaurs?
Oh, well, that was one of those peak career experiences that are very rare in the industry for anybody to get. And I was very lucky to be a part of that whole experience, especially to do a series regular character like Fran. It was the first major role I got to do for the Henson Company. I'd worked with Jim just the year before on the Muppet Vision 3D, which was this movie that was showing at some of the Disney theme parks.
Right.
And then after we shot that, just a few months later is when Jim passed away.
Mm-hmm.
But early the next year, I got a call for Dinosaurs, and man, I was just flabbergasted. I would have been happy to be just a tail wagger or something on that show, but I ended up as Fran, and couldn't be happier about it. It was a great crew. It was a great bunch of puppeteers. Made a number of lifelong friends, and I was very, proud to be a part of such a great show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stuart Pankin, I've interviewed him. He's a great guy.
Oh yeah, he's wonderful. Well, I always thought that was such a perfect choice for his voice.
Yeah. I'm going to be meeting him at the Hollywood show in May.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'll have to stop by and say hi.
Yeah, that'd be great. You worked on Muppets Tonight. How was that experience?
Yeah, I did a few episodes of those. I did maybe half of the episodes because at the same time I was working on Unhappily Ever After,
Yeah.
so I could only get away when they were on hiatus weeks to do Muppets Tonight. So it was fun though. It had that the real goofy feel of the old Muppet show. Of course, they were trying to introduce new characters, and not all of them have survived. I guess Happy the Prawn is probably the most successful character to come out of Muppets Tonight.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah, Clifford, the Rasta character, he was a cool addition, I thought.
Yeah, that was a Kevin Clash creation, and this was the first series, I think, after Dinosaurs that was well, Dinosaurs weren't Muppets. I was going to say this is the first series to feature the Muppets after Jim's passing. And so by that time, Steve Whitmire was doing performing Kermit. And I don't know, I think maybe they felt like they needed to give some other characters a chance, or they wanted to downplay Kermit. I'm not quite sure what the thinking was there with not making Kermit the centerpiece of the show. But I always liked Clifford, and Kevin Clash, who performed him, is an amazing performer. He can make anything work. So it was fun.
Mm-hmm. And then you mentioned Unhappily Ever After. You were Mr. Floppy. You did the puppetry for him.
Yes. Bobcat Goldthwait did the voice.
Right.
We performed that together live in front of a studio audience. He wasn't visible to the crowd, but he would have a monitor and watch very carefully. And after a couple of episodes in the first season, we worked on timing and all of that, we were able to perform as one character, essentially. It was quite an accomplishment, I thought, that we were able to coordinate so well.
Yeah, Stephanie Hodge is a dear friend of mine and a frequent guest on the podcast. And when I had dinner with her last year, I think she told me they gave her like a replica or something of Mr. Floppy when she left the show or something like that.
Yeah, there was 1 year the gifts at the end. They made little stuffed floppies for everybody.
Yeah.
They custom made these for the cast and the crew as a party, like a production gift at the end of the year. So that was really sweet, I thought. Stephanie was great. I always loved working with her.
Yeah, she's a very funny lady, and every time we talk, it's always for over 2 hours. She has a lot to say. Love her. How about working on the Men in Black movies?
Well, let's see. That was fun. Tony Urbano was sort of like the puppeteer coordinator for that, the puppet captain. Rick Baker had constructed all of these characters and hired Tony to coordinate all the puppeteers. Normally, Rick will handle a lot of the puppeteering with the people in his shop, but there were a lot of puppets on this. Just those two octopusy kind of characters in the front desk there. Each of those tentacles needed one puppeteer. And I remember being down in the pit underneath those things for a couple of weeks, filming all of those sequences. It was fun. a feel,
Mm-hmm.
to it, kind of an electricity. And then, of course, those worm guys took off. They were more popular than they had anticipated. We did this scene in the break room, in the first movie, and it was just sort of a throwaway in the script.
Mm-hmm.
They go in and these things are in there, and it was the first time Will Smith. The whole purpose of it was so that Will Smith realizes, oh, aliens are real, but it's done in this really funny way,
Yeah.
But because we were doing it live as puppeteers, we were able to improvise a little bit and come up with all sorts of stuff, and make it really alive and work with the actors, so that they decided, oh boy, we got to write these guys in more, and I think that's where they added them walking away as CG characters with the cigarette boxes and all of that, and then of course in the second movie they had a lot more to do. They had a whole action sequence. You got to see their apartment with the low ceiling.
Yeah.
So it was fun. It was, everything I do is fun. It's it's good, crazy fun.
It sure sounds like it. Yeah. What do you like doing more, acting or puppetry?
Oh boy. I don't know. It all depends on the set. I've done puppet gigs that were not fun, mostly because the puppets were unworkable, or they were just like way too heavy, or other reasons. They're people in charge who just weren't that much fun. And I've done acting work that was less than fulfilling, I suppose. But so it really depends on the atmosphere on set. If you have a good, fun person in charge, and they're working on a good piece that you like the script, and it's a funny script, and it's a joy to work on, and you're given a character that you can run with and have a good time with. But it's great. You get on other productions where you're sort of micromanaged to death. Sometimes you get directors from animation who are used to directing every little bit, and they have to learn how to let performers, bring their ideas to the screen also. you can't micro direct every impulse,
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So it's just different experiences.
When you said directors from animation, I thought you were going to say directors from hell.
Well, fortunately, I haven't had too many of those.
Oh, that's good.
So most of the directors I've worked with have just been great. They know what they're doing. You don't last too long in this business if you're not good at what you do.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have any upcoming projects?
Yes. Let's see. In the end of next week, I guess already. It's only 12 days away. Is Days of the Dead convention in Vegas. That'll be fun. Won't be shaking any hands, but signing autographs. It'll be interesting to see if people even show up. I guess they say Vegas hasn't been affected too much by the coronavirus. So
yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. And then I have a new series already in the can. We don't have an official release date yet, but all indications are that it'll be late spring, early summer. The name of the show is Earth to Ned, and it's going to be on Disney Plus.
Nice.
And this is a Henson production with some great puppet characters, these aliens that are this character. I was the lead animatronic puppeteer for Ned, and he's probably the most sophisticated, complicated animatronic animatronic character that the Creature Shop has ever built. So it was quite a challenge, but I think we ended up with a great character. And Paul Rudd does his voice, and he's absolutely hilarious. And Michael Ostrom plays his sidekick and sort of punching bag. It's just, I think it's going to be great. So I'm looking forward to seeing the finished product.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, so March 20th through the 22nd, you'll be at Days of the Dead in Las Vegas.
I shall.
Yep. So overall, are you excited about it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially because it's in Vegas, so it's easy to get to from LA. Normally, I got to fly cross country. A lot of these things are on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So it takes almost an extra day, with the traveling. This one will be great. It's easy. I can fly out of Burbank. I don't have to go to LAX. And I just hope people will show up. I hope the virus doesn't scare people off. But if it does, I understand. But anyway, I'll be there. So.
Yeah. Have you been invited to Living Dead weekend in June?
Oh, I don't know. When I get invited to these things, I write them down on my calendar, and then I forget all about them. So if there's one coming up in June, then awesome. I'll be there.
Yeah, it's funny. They're going to be doing 35th anniversaries of Return of the Living Dead and Day of the Dead there, and the irony of irony. In 1985, Return of the Living Dead came out a month after Day of the Dead, and in Roger Ebert's review, he says that Return of the Living Dead is the movie that Day of the Dead should have been.
I didn't know that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, if they're doing a reunion, then I guess I'm going. I'll have to look at my calendar because I have no idea what's going on in 2 days, let alone 2 months.
Yeah, because I know Tom, Linnea, and McGill and John Philbin are all going to be there.
Oh, okay, great. Well, then I have no reason not to go at the moment, unless some other work comes up.
Well, Allan, thank you so much for coming on today, and I hope you have a great time in Las Vegas.
Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Had a good time.
Oh, it was my pleasure. You have yourself a great day, sir.
All right, you too, Tommy. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Well, there you have it. Allan Trautman, ain't he a cool dude? He's just a nice, humble guy and stuff. I like him. He's really awesome. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. Later, dudes. It's party time!